My dear friends, I am Dr. Omkar Prasad Vaidya. Today I will be discussing about the complication of cirrhosis of liver. Means what are the complication or what are the pathological state or condition which may lead due to cirrhosis. Now what is cirrhosis? Cirrhosis actually is a simply means replacement of the normal tissue of liver by scars or scarring of the liver tissue. So this occurs because of permanent irreversible damage to the hepatocyte. What is hepatocyte? Hepatocyte is the liver cells. So cirrhosis means simply the scarring of liver tissue or hepatocytes, or it may be because of permanent damage to the liver due to various risk factors or because of persistence of fatty liver for prolonged period of time, and if it is not reversible or if it is not returned back to the normal state, then it may lead to a stage of cirrhosis of liver. So cirrhosis simply means is the irreversible scarring of liver, that is the hepatocyte, which are the cells of liver because of chronic damage, because of various toxins like alcohol or hepatitis B, C virus, or because of persistence of fatty liver for longer time, or because of various disease condition of the liver, hepatitis, autoimmune hepatitis, etc., which if it remain persists for longer period may go into a stage of irreversible liver damage or permanent damage to the liver cell, and the liver cells or hepatocytes are replaced with fibrous tissue or scars, or simply we call it scarring of the liver. That's why the liver may be become smaller or shrunken in size in case of cirrhosis. So in cirrhosis actually various risk factors or summation of very many risk factors or multiple risk factors which acting on the liver for prolonged period, like alcohol or hepatitis B, C injection, hepatitis B, C infection, then disease like autoimmune hepatitis or fatty liver or non-alcoholic fatty liver, non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. So these are various conditions which may if it persists on the liver for longer period may lead to the conversion of the liver into a stage of irreversible permanent damage of the liver known as cirrhosis of liver. So there are so many signs and symptoms of liver like jaundice, fatigue, easy bruising, weakness, loss of appetite, itching, and so on. Here actually cirrhosis, if persists for longer time, may also lead to hepatocellular carcinoma and end-stage liver disease, which may require liver transplantation. So cirrhosis may be one of the important cause of liver failure, chronic liver failure, which may lead to end-stage liver failure, and it is the one of the important cause or most important cause which leads to liver transplantation in various age groups throughout the world. So cirrhosis of liver can lead to end-stage liver disease or liver failure, and for which transplantation become must, so as to save the life of the patient. So it is very important disease condition, and it is mostly irreversible, and main motto of the treatment so is to prevent that further damage to the liver, and because of the disease process cirrhosis can lead to various complications on our body, and person may die in the process. So it may be a life-threatening situation that may arise because of cirrhosis of liver, depending on the stage or how many years the person is suffering from the cirrhosis, and it may goes into a stage of end-stage liver disease or liver failure, which may ultimately leads need for liver transplantation or hepatic transplantation. And fatty liver, if it persists for a prolonged period, may ultimately convert it into a stage of cirrhosis of liver. So today we will be discussing about what are the complications of cirrhosis, or what are the various complications that can occur in our body because of cirrhosis of liver. So number one complication is portal hypertension. Now, what is the importance of knowing the complication? By the proper knowledge of the complication, we can prevent the arising of the life-threatening situation or complication of the cirrhosis, and if we can treat the complication, then we can prolong the life of the subjects. So keeping in mind the complication, we have to treat the cirrhosis of liver so that the patient's life can be saved by doing necessary intervention in right moment. That's why we must know about the complication of liver. So number one complication of liver is portal hypertension. So what is portal hypertension? Portal hypertension means increased blood pressure of the portal vein. So means it is the increased venous pressure of portal vein, or increase in the portal venous pressure. So actually when there is cirrhosis, the liver undergoes shrunken or scar formation or scarring or fibrosis or fibroblast deposition in the liver, and because of that the hepatocyte structure is disorganized, and that's why it compresses the portal tract, which consists of bile duct, portal vein, hepatic artery, and so on. And because of this compression, the blood flow to the liver is compromised. So these will ultimately increase the pressure in the vein. Which vein? Portal vein, because portal vein carry 80% of the blood from the systemic GIT, other part of GIT, to the liver for helping in metabolism of liver. So since the blood flow to the liver is compromised, it will increase the venous blood pressure in portal vein because of backward flow or backward pressure, and because of that it leads to portal hypertension. This portal hypertension itself can lead to various type of complication and leads to esophageal varices, which is one of the important cause of vomiting of blood or hematemesis in cirrhosis of liver, and patient may go on into a stage of critical illness due to excessive vomiting of blood, which is because of rupture of esophageal varices, and esophageal varices occur because of portal hypertension. So one of the important clinical manifestation of cirrhosis of liver is portal hypertension. Next important complication is swelling of the legs and ascites. That simple term, ascites and pedal edema. What is ascites? Ascites means accumulation of fluid in the peritoneal cavity, or simple accumulation of fluid in the abdomen. And what is pedal edema? Pedal edema means accumulation of fluid in the lower limbs. This is pedal edema. Now, how cirrhosis of liver leads to ascites or accumulation of fluid in the abdomen, as well as accumulation of fluid in the lower limbs, or pedal edema, that we will discuss. Now, cirrhosis leads to a condition known as portal hypertension. Now, because of portal hypertension, there is a persistent pressure on the blood supply surrounding the structures of the gastrointestinal system, and because of portal hypertension, it leads to ascites. Also, cirrhosis of liver also means the liver function is compromised, and that's why one of the important component of the plasma protein that is produced by liver is albumin. Now, because of low level of albumin, because liver cannot synthesize the albumin production becomes very much less, and because of that the oncotic pressure decreased, and because of the lower level of oncotic pressure in the portal circulation or in the gastrointestinal circulation, it leads to formation of fluid or accumulation of fluid in the abdominal cavity or peritoneal cavity, leading to ascites. So cirrhosis of liver leads to albumin production decrease, and which ultimately leads to hyperproteinemia or hypoalbuminemia, which may leads to change in the oncotic pressure, leading to formation of edema or accumulation of fluid in the peritoneal cavity, and leading to a condition known as ascites. So ascites may be the important reason behind various type of complication of the cirrhosis of liver. So ascites may be one of the important clinical feature of the cirrhosis of liver. Next one is bleeding. Now, bleeding, it may be because of esophageal bleeding or vomiting of blood or hematemesis. So cirrhosis of liver, if it is severe enough, may leads to rupture of esophageal varices and ultimately leads to hematemesis or blood vomiting or bleeding. Now, how it is helping or how it is causing bleeding? Cirrhosis of liver leads to portal hypertension, that I have already explained. Now, portal hypertension ultimately helps in rupture of the esophageal, formation of esophageal varices, because esophagus and lower part of esophagus are also contain portal venous and systemic arterial, systemic venous anastomosis. Now, because of portal venous pressure increase, that esophageal varices will ultimately tends to rupture and ultimately blood will coming out in the form of vomiting or hematemesis. So that is called blood emesis, and it leads to blood vomiting in case of cirrhosis of liver. Another important cause of vomiting may be or bleeding may be in cirrhosis, the liver cannot produce normal clotting factors because the liver is already in dysfunctional form or there is permanent damage to the liver. So normal function of the liver is hampered. So liver cannot produce the clotting factors, and that's why the clotting mechanism is hampered, and that's why it increases the risk of bleeding. So both because of the portal hypertension or inability of the liver to produce the clotting factors, the bleeding may be occur in various forms. So minor injury or any cut in the or wounds may not heal easily for patients who are suffering from cirrhosis, because clotting factors are not produced by the liver, because liver is not working normally in cirrhosis, and that's why it may leads to increased risk of bleeding. Another important complication of cirrhosis is infection, especially bacterial peritonitis. Now, cirrhosis leads to portal hypertension, and because of portal hypertension, ascites will be formed. Now, ascites means accumulation of fluid in the peritoneal cavity. Now, normally acidic amount of fluid present in the peritoneum is very much less, and since the fluid is very much less, bacterial cannot go. But when the ascites forms or fluid accumulates in the peritoneal cavity, it becomes a very much important culture media for the growth of the bacteria. So all the bacteria from the intestine and from various part of GIT enters into the ascitic fluid or peritoneal fluid, and ultimately causes multiplication of bacteria there, and ultimately which leads to spontaneous bacterial peritonitis or bacterial peritonitis, which may be presented with chill, fever, abdominal pain, or increase more amount of acidic fluid, and even it may, if it is not treated in nicely with special treatment, it may lead to death of the patient also. So cirrhosis of liver may lead to infection like bacterial peritonitis or subacute spontaneous bacterial peritonitis, etc., and which may be the cause of death also in some cirrhotic patient. Another one is malnutrition. Cirrhosis of liver is associated with malnutrition. How? Actually, cirrhosis of liver is associated with weakness, weight loss, and at the same time, cirrhosis is associated with loss of appetite. And because of that, person cannot or don't want to take food or nutrients the right amount, so they suffer from malnutrition. So cirrhosis may also lead to malnutrition. Besides, alcoholism may be one of the important cause of cirrhosis, is associated with low intake of food and lack of nutrition, vitamins along with the food, and that's why it may lead to malnutrition in cirrhotic patient. Another important clinical complication of cirrhosis is hepatic encephalopathy. What is hepatic encephalopathy? Here, normally what is happening, various toxins in the body are metabolized or detoxified in the liver, but in cirrhosis of liver, what is happening, the liver cannot work anymore. It has already gone into a stage of failure or permanent damage to the liver cells. So hepatocytes are not in a form or not in a stage of working normally. So the detoxification going on in the liver or working in the liver is failed, or there is a decrease in the detoxifying function of the liver. And because of this, various substances that are normally detoxified increase in the blood. So toxin level in the blood will increase. So it may go to the it may go to the brain, and in brain it may ultimately causes injury to brain and leading to condition known as encephalopathy. So since the origin is because of the defect in the liver, we call it hepatic encephalopathy. Means defect in the liver or liver failure, or because of hepatic origin of the disease, or because of cirrhosis of liver, there is a risk of encephalopathy in patients. And what may be the sign symptoms? The patient of hepatic encephalopathy may present with mental confusion, disorientation, lack of concentration, then loss of consciousness also, and even it may lead to a stage of coma and even death also if it is not treated or intervened in right moment. So that condition is called hepatic encephalopathy. And one of the toxin that may lead to hepatic encephalopathy is ammonia. Now ammonia is normally detoxified by a hepatic cycle or urea cycle, or we also call ornithine cycle. And this cycle is responsible for balancing of urea and detoxifying urea to form of ammonia to form urea, which is less toxic and ultimately excreted through urine. But in case of hepatic encephalopathy, this ammonia is responsible for increased damage to the neurons. How? Ammonia is normally detoxified in the liver by hepatocytes, but in liver failure or cirrhosis, ammonia cannot be detoxified to urea. So ammonia level in the blood will rise, it will enter the cerebral circulation, and ultimately it is soluble in blood-brain barrier. It can enter in through the blood-brain barrier because it is soluble in membrane and enters the neurons. There it binds with alpha ketoglutarate and to form glutamic acid, and that's why it ultimately decreases the substrate of Krebs cycle and it blocks the Krebs cycle. And because of blocking the Krebs cycle, neuronal Krebs cycle cannot occur, and which ultimately neurons can be injured because of energy failure of the neurons. So thus toxins like ammonia can be dangerous and leading to a condition known as hepatic encephalopathy, and person may go into a stage of coma and even death if intervention is not done in right moment. So we should not take the hepatic encephalopathy as one of the complications of cirrhosis very lightly, because it may be life threatening and even it may lead to death of the subject or the patient if it is not intervened or treated in right moment with right medication and right intervention. Another important complication of cirrhosis of liver is jaundice. Now what is jaundice? Jaundice means increased bilirubin level in the blood. It may be conjugated bilirubin or unconjugated bilirubin, but in cirrhosis there is a decrease in the metabolic function of the liver. That's why the conjugation function of the liver is also hampered. That's why bilirubin cannot be conjugated. So increased risk of bilirubin in the blood. So if bilirubin excretion will be prevented and it will accumulate in the blood and ultimately it leads to jaundice. So jaundice may be one of the important complications of cirrhosis of liver. Another important complication is bone loss or improper bone health. Cirrhosis is associated with loss of bone strength. At the same time, it also increases the risk of fracture, because liver is also directly or indirectly helps in storage of important vitamin known as vitamin D, which is a fat soluble vitamin and is stored in liver. Now in case of cirrhosis of liver, this vitamin D metabolism cannot occur nicely, and because of that the bone strength, vitamin D plays important role in maintenance of the normal bone strength and calcium deposition, calcium reabsorption. So because of all this condition in cirrhosis, bone strength is hampered. It may lead to osteoporosis as well as increased risk of fracture. Thus cirrhosis may affect the bone health. It is also responsible for fracture and osteoporosis. Another risk of cirrhosis of liver is liver cancer or hepatocellular cancer. Cirrhosis is the condition or preliminary stage of hepatocellular cancer. If cirrhosis persistent or not prevented or is not treated nicely, it may lead to a condition called hepatocellular carcinoma, which may be a life-threatening situation. So we should try to prevent the progression of the cirrhosis, or to save whatever liver tissue is there from the toxins or the damage caused by the other substances, so as to prevent the liver cancer. Besides, one of the important serious complication or severe complication of cirrhosis of liver is multi-organ failure or multi-organ involvement. So cirrhosis of liver may also involve various systems of the body. It can involve the brain in hepatocellular encephalopathy, hepatic encephalopathy. It may involve kidney, leads to kidney injury or kidney failure. It may involve respiratory system, leads to hepatopulmonary syndrome. It may affect the GIT. It may affect the liver, leading to hepatocellular carcinoma. And thus, cirrhosis, if it persistent for longer period without proper treatment, it can leads to a multi-organ failure or multi-organ involvement, which is a life-threatening situation leading to end organ damage. Beside, some other important complication of cirrhosis of liver is hepatorenal syndrome. What is hepatorenal syndrome? Here, because of change in the blood flow to the kidney, because of cirrhosis, there is shifting of blood towards the liver and portal circulation, and that's why blood flow to the kidney may be hampered or decreased. Because of that, kidney cannot filter the toxic substance, or accumulation of the toxic substance can be there, and there it may hamper the normal function of kidney, and if it persists for a long time, may leads to a kidney injury and kidney damage. So this is called hepatorenal syndrome, means persistent cirrhosis of liver may leads to defect in the kidney or even leads to kidney failure, and we call it hepatorenal syndrome. So we should try to prevent the cirrhosis of liver or prevent this progression, as progressive cirrhosis may leads to hepatorenal syndrome. Another important condition is known as hepatopulmonary syndrome. What is hepatopulmonary syndrome? In advanced cirrhosis, some chemical substances are liberated into the blood, which ultimately causes or affect the lung, leading to shortness of breathing, difficulty in breathing, and respiratory problems. So this is called pulmonary involvement because of liver disease or hepatic problem leading to pulmonary disease, and we call it hepatopulmonary syndrome. So that is one of the important complication of cirrhosis of liver. Now, another important complication is splenomegaly. So since there is already portal hypertension, cirrhosis of liver may leads to portal hypertension, and portal hypertension is persistent. It increases the blood flow to the splenic or congestion of blood in the spleen. Spleen is the organ which is responsible for T cell maturation, as well as it is also called storehouse of blood for emergency purpose. Now, because of portal hypertension or portal venous hypertension, it leads to gradual congestion of blood in the spleen and leading to splenomegaly or increase in the size of the spleen. So sometimes in severe splenomegaly, splenectomy, it becomes necessary to do splenectomy in severe splenomegaly, which may occur as a portal hypertension because of cirrhosis of liver. So splenomegaly may leads to defect in the splenic functions, like platelet count may be hampered, RBC count may be hampered, because their spleen is the graveyard of RBC, WBC and platelets. So ultimately, in splenomegaly may also affect the blood picture or hematological parameters of the blood, and we can treat it by decreasing the portal hypertension. So these are the various complications of cirrhosis of liver. Out of this, the most important complication is portal hypertension, followed by esophageal varices or bleeding or upper GI bleeding, or it may leads to infections, jaundice, increased risk of hepatocellular carcinoma, then multi-organ failure, hepatopulmonary syndrome, hepatorenal syndrome, or even splenomegaly. So these are the various complications of the liver cirrhosis, and what I mean to say is that knowledge of the complications of the liver cirrhosis can also help us to intervene or treat the probable complication or prevent the arising of the complication, so as to save the life of the patients. Because some of the complications of cirrhosis may be life-threatening, like hepatic encephalopathy, which may lead to death or even coma, and like liver cancer or hepatocellular carcinoma, then multi-organ failure, hepatopulmonary syndrome, esophageal varices, or upper GI bleeding. So these are some of the complications of the cirrhosis of liver, and which may be life-threatening. So proper knowledge of the complication of the cirrhosis of liver is very much important, as it helps us in preventing or taking preventable steps in saving the life of the patients. Thank you very much.